Good evening, children. Last class, we actually saw the chapters human disease and microbes. Uh, Today, we are going to do a quick test. I wouldn't say they are all neat questions, but then most of them are need-based questions only. But many of them have, some of them may not be so. So it's not exactly from the neat question paper, but still it gives you a good amount of exercise to summarize the chapters, which will help you answer neat questions. ஸோ பூந்தமிழரசி நீங்கள் வந்து பேப்பரை கொடுக்காம அனுப்பாம பாதி கிளாஸ்ல போயிடாதீங்க. You stay till the end and try to do the test and give the question paper, send the question paper to me in WhatsApp. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
we are correcting the question papers and assessing you. I don't know if I sent the assessment to you or not. Tatpadika, எனக்கு ஞாபகம் இல்ல. I don't know. Did you get the assessment back?
Ma'am, you didn't send.
Okay, I'll send it to you. I'll
Ma'am.
send you the assessment so that it helps both us and you. I mean, if I have not sent, that's a mistake. I'll send it to you. So that way you can also, I mean, even after that, we discuss the answers. Like in that also, you can, mark it down and then see which one you have answered correctly and where you have gone wrong, and why you have gone wrong. Maybe you have not understood the questions or answer properly, so that also gets clarified. So what I suggest is, Pundamarasi, if you're really serious, you have to try to answer this question and send it. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
All right, good. It's not going to take long, and if it takes long, please stop me. We can continue next week. All right? Okay, so I'm going to share the question paper, and I will send it to Keshav sir, and then he can share it in the WhatsApp group. Sir, நீங்கள் கொஞ்சம் அதை ஷேர் பண்ணிடுறீங்களா? Okay, never mind. Now I will share it here, and then I will ask him to share it in the WhatsApp so that you can see it and do, because you're going to answer two question papers today back to back. So both, I mean, the second one, the microbes, the question paper about the microbes is very, very simple. So I don't want to take one more class exclusively for that. So we will do both together today and discuss the answers also together, because this chapter itself is very simple. The answer is also very straightforward. So it's not going to take much time. All right. So both papers together, I will give you only 1 hour to answer the question, both the question papers. All right. All right. First, I will share um, the human health and disease. You can start, children.
என்ன எஸ் மேடம், சொல்லுங்க மேடம்.
சார் நான் 2 பேப்பர் உங்களுக்கு நான் அனுப்புறேன். நீங்க அத வாட்ஸ்அப்ல ஷேர் பண்ணிடுங்க சார்.
சரி சரி சரி, ஓகே ஓகே.
2 கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர் இன்னைக்கு எழுதணும் அவங்க.
சரி சரி, அனுப்புறேன் அனுப்புறேன்.
சரி.
இல்ல அவங்க அந்த டைம்ல அவங்க அந்த அந்த பண்ண அம்மான்னு சொல்றேன், அவ்வளவுதான். அதை பத்தி பேசாத முடியாது. இல்ல அது எனக்கு அது ராசியா தான் இருக்கும். பாரு வேணா பாரு, உனக்கு வேணும் இப்படி வேணும் இருக்கலாம், அது ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இருக்காது. ஏன் அதுக்கு நம்ம வாடகை கொடுத்தாச்சு, வாடகை அந்த கரெக்டா கொடுத்துடலாம். இங்க இவன் தான் எல்லாம் சீனியர் அயாத ராசி, அதனால பார்க்கவும் இல்லை ஒன்றும் இல்லை. வேண்டாம்னு விட்டுல. இப்ப 20 லட்சம் பதினாறு போகுதுங்கிறாங்க, 17-20 போகுது. விட்டுறோம்னு விட்டுலாம், நான் தேவைப்படும்போது விட்டுலாம். விட்டு என்ன பண்ண போறேன், இனிமே விட்டு எதுவும் பண்ண போறது வேற எதுவும் நான் தேவைப்படும்போது அது பார்க்கலாம்.
Ma'am, can you scroll?
என்ன புரியல, நீ சொல்றதே புரியல, சொல்றதே புரியல, நீ சொல்றதே புரியல. எதை சொல்றேன்? அது விற்கலாம், அதுக்கு ஏற்பாடு பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
சார் ஷேர் பண்றீங்களா? நான் கேசவமூர்த்தி சாருக்கு கொடுத்துருக்கேம்மா. He will put it in the WhatsApp, both the question papers. Please check. He may be putting it in the group.
I have my own pace and doing my activity. அதே மாதிரி பண்ணிட்டு உனக்கு அவசரம்னா நீ தனியா அது யாரும் ஒரு broker வச்சு கொடுத்துருக்க. Don't have any problem.
Which one? I mean, there are 3 groups. I mean, can you access all the 3 groups?
I don't know, ma'am. I have one group, but he didn't send in that group.
Okay. Wait a minute. One second. வந்துருச்சா பாருங்கம்மா. Did you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then please go ahead.
ரொம்ப அவசரப்படாத அதுக்காக. நான் ஒண்ணு ஆமா நான் எனக்கு அவசரப்பட மாதிரி ஒரு இத்தனை நாள் அப்படியே ஆறு போட்ட நீ இப்ப திடீர்னு அது பண்ணி இது பண்ணி எத்தனை எல்லாம் ஒரே தடவை சொல்ற நீ என்ன ஆச்சரியமா இருக்குது. வருஷ கணக்கில் சுமார் வருஷ கணக்கில் எனக்கு கணபதி ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி இருக்கு அதை பத்தி பேசவே இல்லை. வித்துடலான்ட்டேன்.
By 8:45, you have to finish both the question papers and send it to me, children. Okay?
அது இருக்கு தெரியுது. அது அது அது
In fact, 8:45 is too much of a time. I expect you to finish at least by 8:30.
ஏறும். கண்டிப்பா 6 மாசத்துக்கு கொஞ்சம் 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 ஏறும். அது ஒரு சந்தேகமே இல்லை. அப்படிதான் ஏறும். அதெல்லாம் ரொம்ப ஏறாது ரொம்ப ஏறாது. ஆமா அதை சைட் பண்ணி தான் நான் சரி தெரியல அது தெரியல. நீ ரொம்ப அவசரப்படணும் நீயே பண்ணிக்க. எனக்கு ஆள் விட்டு ஐ கேனாட் கோ அட் திஸ் ஸ்பீட். நான் ஐ ஹேவ் மை ஓன் ஃபேஸ். நான் என்னோட ஃபேஸ்க்கு தான் போவேன். நீ பாட்டுக்கு நீ அதை பண்ணி இதை பண்ணுன்னு பண்ண முடியாது. நீதான் நீ பேசுறது அதெல்லாம் ஒரு ஃபோன் கால்ல இதெல்லாம் பேச வேண்டாம். இப்போதைக்கு பேச வேண்டியது இந்த ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் பத்தி பேசினா போதும். அப்புறம் மத்தெல்லாம் அப்புறம் பேசிக்கலாம். ஆமா பண்ணிக்கலாம். சரி எனக்கு எல்லாம் அப்படிதான் தோணுது. அதான் இத்தனை நாள் ஒரு வருஷம் என்ன 10 வருஷமா பொறுமையா இருந்தாலும் ஏன் இப்ப அவசரப்படுறேன்னு தெரியல காட்சி. அதான் பண்ண போறோம். நம்ம என்ன வேண்டாம்னு சொல்றோம். சரி பேசிக்கலாம். முடிச்ச பிறகு பேசிக்கலாம். இப்ப வேண்டாம். இப்ப உன்னுடைய இது யூஎஸ் பிளான் வச்சிருக்கியப்போ சரி சரி ஓகே. அங்கிருந்து போறது காஸ்ட்லி. அங்கிருந்து போறது ஓஹோ சரி ஓகே. சரி அப்புறம் பேசிக்கலாம். உன்னிகிருஷ்ணன் ரெண்டு விஷயம். இப்போ என்னன்னா இப்போ 11 வச்சுலாம். அதுல மாற்றம் இல்லை. இப்போ எங்களுக்கு அத்தனை கேஷா கொடுக்குறது. இப்போ பத்திரம் வாங்கி 20 லட்சத்துக்கு எழுதுறோம். அப்போ இல்ல இல்ல அது பண்ண அப்புறம் அந்த பத்திரம் செலவு எக்ஸ்ட்ரா இருக்குங்கிற மாதிரி சொல்றாங்க. இல்ல அது கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம் அதிகமாக எழுதுறோம். அது தவிர உங்களுக்கு கேஷே ஒரு 75 லட்சம் பக்கத்துல வருதுன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க கையில. அதை இப்ப யாரோ உங்க சொந்தக்காரருக்கு ஏதாவது அனுப்பிச்சு விட்டு அவங்க கிட்ட நீங்க நாங்க அனுப்பிச்சு விட்டு அவங்க அவங்க உங்களுக்கு கணக்கு கொடுக்குற மாதிரி பண்ணி சொல்லுங்க. நீங்க கன்சல்ட் பண்ணி சொல்லுங்க. அதாவது இப்ப என்னன்னா இப்போ ஒரு 1 crore வந்துச்சுங்க. ரவுண்ட் ஃபிகரா சொல்றேன். 1 crore வந்ததுன்னா இப்ப வந்து நாங்க ஒரு 40 கேஷ் கொடுத்து 40 செக் கொடுக்குற மாதிரி இருந்தா எனக்கு கம்ஃபர்டபுளா இருக்கும். அது செக் பண்ணுங்க. அது எப்படி பண்ணலாம் சரி. அவங்க கிட்ட கேட்டு சொல்லுங்க. இது ஒண்ணு. ரெண்டாவது வந்து அந்த பக்கத்துல ஒருத்தர் இருக்காருன்னு சொன்னீங்க இல்லையா? அவரு நீங்க யார்ட்டையும் சொல்ல வேண்டாம். பக்கத்துல ஒருத்தர் கூப்பிடுறாருன்னு சொன்னீங்க. ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? அது எவ்வளவு சேர்த்து அது மட்டும் 30 சென்ட். ஓகே 30 சென்ட் 30 அது ஒரு 1 20 பக்கம் வந்துடும் இல்லையா? அவர் என்ன கொடுத்துருக்காங்க? அது நாங்க வாங்கணும்னா கொஞ்சம் டைம் வேணும். இது மாதிரி இப்போ சீக்கிரமா பண்ண முடியாது. அட்லீஸ்ட் ஒரு 3-4 months வேணும். அதான் ஆமா. ம். சரி நாங்க இல்ல நாங்க இன்ட்ரெஸ்டா தான் இருக்கிறோம். எங்க ஒய்ஃப் இப்பதான் பேசினேன். அன்னைக்கு இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் காமிச்சாங்க. நீங்க பேசி ஆமா ஆமா. இல்ல அதான் அப்படின்னா ஒரு மாசம் இப்ப உங்களுக்கு இப்ப 11 கொடுத்த மாட்டோம். அடுத்த 11 இப்படி பண்ணணும் இல்லையா? மார்ச் 11 அதாவது மார்ச் கடைசிக்குள்ளே பண்ணணும். அதுக்கு நாங்க ரெடி பண்ணிட்டு அப்புறம் நான் உங்ககிட்ட பேசுறேன். சரியா? உங்களுக்கு பிரச்சனை இல்லை. அடுத்து அந்த இதுக்கு ரெடி பண்ணிட்டு சரிங்களா? பட் நீங்க மனசுல வச்சுக்கோங்க. அவங்க அந்த அவங்க ஏதாவது மறுபடியும் கேட்டாலும் அவங்க இன்ட்ரெஸ்டா தான் இருக்காங்க. பட் கொஞ்சம் டைம் கேட்குறாங்க. ஏன்னா நான் வந்து கமிட் பண்ணா நம்ம பண்ணி ஆகணும் இல்லையா? கமிட் பண்ணதுக்கு முன்னாடி நாங்க உங்களுக்கு தான் ஒரு ஃபீலிங் கொடுக்குறேன். அது நாங்க இன்ட்ரெஸ்டோட தான். ஜஸ்ட் இப்ப நாங்க அவங்களுக்கு ஒரு பல இதுல யோசனை பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிறாங்க. அது இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருக்குது. பட் அவங்க இன்னும் கரெக்டா அவங்களுக்கு என்ன முடியுங்கிறது சொல்றேன்னு இருக்காங்க. சரி சரி. அப்படின்னா கேட்டு வைங்க. கேட்டு ஓகே ஓகே ஓகே. ஹலோ வணக்கம். கேசவமூர்த்தி பேசுறேன். ஓ வணக்கம் வணக்கம். நான் நல்லா இருக்கேன். இது எனக்கு ஒரு புது டெவலப்மெண்ட். அது நம்ம இந்த கணபதி வீடு இருக்குல்ல, அதை வித்துலாம் இருக்கோம். ஏதாவது சொல்லுங்க. 10 சென்ட் ரேட்டு எனக்கு இது நாங்க ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணல. பட் வித்துலாம் இருக்கோம். அதுல மாற்று கருத்து இல்லை. இல்ல நான் சொல்றேன். ஒரு 1 day சொல்றேன். ஜஸ்ட் ஒரு இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் தான் சொல்றேன் உங்களுக்கு. பட் ஏன்னா நம்ம ஒரு லேண்ட் பார்த்துட்டு இருந்தோம் இல்லையா? எங்களுக்கு அது ஒரு ஃபிக்ஸ் ஆயிடுச்சு. ஆனா 50 சென்டா ஃபிக்ஸ் ஆயிடுச்சு. எங்களுக்கு அந்த அளவுக்கு பணம் இல்லை. 25 சென்ட் தான் நாங்க பார்த்துட்டு இருந்தோம். பட் அது வந்து எங்க வயசுமே அந்த 50 வாங்கலாம்னு ஒரு பிளான் பண்ணுவாங்க. பட் அது பணம் இல்லைன்னா இதை விட்டுலாம் ஒரு பிளான். அதான் அதனோட அடிப்படையில் தான். சரி நான் உங்களுக்கு ரேட் மட்டும் நான் உங்களுக்கு நாளைக்கு சொல்றேன். நீங்க முயற்சி பண்ணி பாருங்க. சரி.
How was the paper? Are you able to answer it easily? How long are you going to take? Tattvadika and Poontamizhi? How long you need to finish both the
Ma'am,
papers?
completed and sent to you, ma'am.
Oh, you have completed and sent it to Tattvadika. What about you, ma? Both the papers you have sent Poontamizhi?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Okay.
I'm doing microbes, ma'am.
Okay. Your last this thing is not very clear, ma. Can you take a picture of that again? Poontamizhi, your question number 20 answer is options is not clear.
I'll send it, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, let's wait for a few more minutes for Tattvadika to complete. Okay. Tattvadika, shall we start with discussing the answer papers?
Ma'am, a few more minutes. Ma'am, in microbes, some questions are subjectives.
Yeah. Very few questions.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't have to write essays, just write to the point.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, 5 more minutes.
Yes. Uttamanarsi, you're also a repeat or you're in 12th? All right, shall we start? Tattvadika, shall we start? Are you done with the paper?
Ma'am, I'm writing last three questions, ma'am. You may start.
Okay. All right, we are going to start discussing the answer paper. Sorry, question paper. The first one, human diseases. Okay, human health and diseases. The first question. Discovery of blood circulation by William Harvey disproved what? Because the blood circulation by William Harvey disproved what hypothesis or what a system? Answer is option A, that is good humor hypothesis. See, the ancient medicine developed by Greek like Hippocrates and the Indian Ayurvedic system believed that the human body is governed by four primary humors like black phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile. So each humor is believed to possess unique qualities and played a crucial role in maintaining physical and mental well being. So, according to this theory, the health was achieved when the humors were balanced, while disease arose from imbalances or irregularities of these proportions. The Indian Ayurvedic system still believe that they have disproved. I mean, even now, when you go to any allopathy doctor, they don't agree with the Ayurvedic doctor because the basic fundamental belief itself is different. So the option is A, good humor. The second one, select the false statement. Uh, Actually, the answer is B. Malaria is a mosquito-borne infectious disease that affects vertebrates and Anopheles mosquitoes. Okay, Anopheles mosquitoes is the one actually gets the mosquito, pathogens, and then that transferred to the humans. So the diseases, Culex mosquitoes, actually, what do they spread? The infections is West Nile virus and Japanese encephalitis or St. Louis encephalitis, but also filariasis and avian malaria. So the option is B. So all the other option is correct. Like Vidal test is for confirmation of the typhoid. That is right. And malaria transmitted through Culex mosquitoes is wrong. Culex mosquito actually transmits a lot of infections, including filariasis. And Mary Mellon, typhoid Mary, was a typhoid carrier who continued to spread typhoid for several years. That is also right. Plasmodium releases hemozoin. That's right. And cocaine plus antidepressants causes hypertension. That is also right. So the first one will be select the false sentence will be malaria is transmitted the Culex mosquito is right. Okay. Third one, odd man out. Odd man out is the actually everything, all the ones specified here, like typhoid, tetanus, cold, malaria, are all some problems. I mean, the ones, the typhoid, tetanus, cold, malaria, are all diseases or caused by some pathogens. But tetany is a symptom of uncontrollable muscle spasms caused by electrolyte imbalance, especially calcium. When calcium becomes too low, they get uncontrollable muscle spasms. So that condition is tetany. So the option is B. Fourth one, of the following statements related to pneumonia, pick out the wrong statements. So all the other statements are right except the C. It is caused by two protozoans, Streptococcus pneumoniae and Haemophilia influenzae. See, that is a wrong option actually. The pneumonia actually it is caused by several pathogens like bacteria. In bacteria, if it's caused by bacteria, then the pathogen is Streptococcus pneumoniae. And bacteria like organisms, sometimes they call Mycoplasma pneumoniae. Fungi, it also is caused by fungi. I mean, when the immune system is very weak, and if you inhale a lot of high doses of organisms, infectious organisms, then fungi, it's because of fungi causes pneumonia. And then virus, including COVID-19. So these are some pathogens which causes pneumonia. But Haemophilus influenza or the H. influenzae is a kind of bacteria that can cause bacterial infections ranging from mild bronchitis to severe septic arthritis. So it does not cause the pneumonia. So the option is C. Okay, fifth one. Analyze the statements concerned with common cold. A group of rhinovirus cause common cold, and they infect the nose, respiratory passage, and lungs. It is characteristic by nasal. The group of rhinoviruses cause common cold is right. they infect the nose, respiratory passage, and lungs is not correct, because only the upper respiratory tract is infected. And then the droplets from an infected person are inhaled directly or transmitted through the contaminated objects like pen. Oh, those are all not correct. I mean, when they cough or sneeze something, the infection, when you inhale that, you get infection. See, actually, the option is A. A means here. I mean, what are the this thing? B and D are wrong. B option, they infect the nose, respiratory passage, and lungs. That is wrong. And then droplets from an infected person are inhaled directly or transmitted through contaminated objects. That is wrong. Why it is wrong? See, the common cold is a virus infectious disease of the upper respiratory tract, which primarily affects the nose and sometimes sinuses and ears and bronchial tubes. So the droplets, it does not now go into the lungs directly. So even in the first event, prolonged one, very severe case may happen like that. But then the common cold does not directly go to the lungs or respiratory tract to start with. The droplets in the air when someone is who is sick, coughs, sneezes, or talks. I mean, those droplets are the infectious one. I mean, when people sitting close to them, that's why they all say when you sneeze or when you have cold, use a handkerchief or a mask. Hand-to-hand contact with someone who has cold. I mean, they would have touched the nose and wiped it, and then with that hand you touch, and the contact comes, and again you touch your nose or mouth or whatever, then the infection is definitely going to come to you also. Then hearing objects with viruses such as dishes, towels, toys, and telephones, such touching your eyes, nose, mouth after contact with the virus. Okay. Sixth one, most serious malaria, malignant malaria, is caused by Plasmodium falciparum. That is option D. Plasmodium falciparum is a unicellular protozoan parasite of humans and the deadliest species of Plasmodium that cause malaria in humans. The parasite is transmitted through the bite of a female Anopheles mosquito. So the option D is the correct answer. That is the deadliest malarial protozoan. See, the Plasmodium ovale, vivax, and Plasmodium malaria are all, protozoans which cause malaria, but a very milder version of malaria. See, the Plasmodium vivax is something, a milder version of malaria, but it keeps on recurring. So that kind of a malaria it is. It's not very deadly as Plasmodium that is caused by Plasmodium falciparum. All right. The seventh one, life cycle of Plasmodium is B. Option B. Any organism requires two hosts to complete its life cycle is called a digenetic life cycle. That is, any organism which takes two hosts. First, it enters into one host, develops to a certain point and then becomes dormant. Then, when it is transferred, when the organism is transferred into another host, like for example, first Anopheles mosquito get the parasite or the protozoan, and then that is transferred through its biting the human to the human host. So the Anopheles mosquito is first host, and the human is the second host. So once it enters the human, it starts developing completely. So the life cycle completely completes only inside the human body. So the life cycle of Plasmodium requires two hosts. First is human, and the second one, I mean, first mosquitoes and then human for completion. So that's such a life cycle is called the digenetic. So the option is B. Polygenetic is many, trigenetic is three, and monogenetic is one host. So with the name itself, we will know. Okay. Life cycle of Plasmodium in human is in the sequence of um, C. The sporozoites, blood, asexual reproduction in liver cells, asexual production in an RBC, release of hemozoin and gametocytes in RBCs. That's a life cycle. The ninth one, stool with excess mucus and blood clots in the system of is a symptom of amoebiasis. So amoebiasis, I mean, you have, I mean, a severe case of amoebiasis will have excess mucus and blood clots in the stool. And other things doesn't have this kind of symptoms. That is the filariasis or ascariasis or teniasis don't have this type of symptoms. So which is not desirable method of mosquito control, using a mosquito coil. I mean, you should never use a mosquito coil for mosquito control. See, the mosquito repellent coils produce toxic gas which are harmful to lungs and can cause conditions such as lung cancer and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. So, inhaling one mosquito repellent coil is equal to smoking 100 cigarettes. So, mosquito repellent coils must be replaced with mosquito nets. So, if you are using one at home, presently stop. Mosquito repellent coil, which is not which of the following set of diseases can avoid through mosquito control? So I mean here the which you have to look for an option where all the option, I mean the diseases are given are all caused by the mosquito. So here malaria, ascaris, tetanus, and dengue, all of them are not caused by the mosquito. And then chikungunya, dengue, ringworm, rabies. Ringworm and rabies are not caused by mosquito. And then malaria, dengue, chikungunya, filariasis, all of them, all the four options are caused by mosquitoes. So the option is C. C is the correct answer. Now, which of the following is transmitted through the serum? Now, what is a serum? Serum is body fluids. Like, for example, transmission through the body fluid. Serum is a clear fluid that remains when blood clots. Essentially, blood plasma minus clotting factors. Unlike full blood, serum doesn't include cells or clotting animals like platelets. Okay, so which one is transmitted through the body fluid is the hepatitis B. Option B is the correct answer. So 13, primary lymphoid organs are thymus and bone marrow. Option C. Because these are straightforward questions, I mean, there's nothing to talk about it. Okay, the 14th one, odd man out. Tonsils, thymus, spleen, malt, and appendix. See, actually, the lymphoid system, see, the primary lymphoid organs, you just saw the one question prior to this, the 13th question. Now, the 14th question again asks the same thing in the immune system. Actually, we are answering the questions in immune system. So everything is going to be either lymphoid system or something like that, immune. So I mean, in your question paper, they will not specify this is immune system, that this and all. You have to identify that. So primary lymphoid organs and secondary lymphoid organs are system. So they contribute the lymphoid system. See, for the two main types of lymphoid organs are primary, such as bone marrow and thymus, and the secondary is the spleen, tonsils, and all that. So they both work together to give the immunity to the body. Now, if you see here, the thymus is the primary lymphoid organ, whereas the tonsil, spleen, malt, and appendix are all secondary lymphoid organs. So, therefore, the odd man out is the thymus. That is the primary lymphoid organ. So, that is the odd man out. The option is B. 15. Which of the following is not physiological barrier? Physiological barrier, HCl, that is, when you get fear, I mean, immediately you feel as though the some stomach is burning. That is because of the secretion of HCl. And then saliva. You get excess saliva and you keep swallowing it, and then tear. I mean, when you feel very sad or something happens, I mean, immediately you cry and the tears come. The lysosome is produced to fight against the that is also one type of barrier. Now the mucus coating is not a physiological barrier. So the option will be one second, children. Option will be D, mucus coating. That is not a physiological barrier. Precipitation contains an enzyme that kills bacteria. The enzyme is called lysozyme. See, this lysozyme occurring enzyme, which is found in the body secretions such as tears, saliva, sweat. Just now we saw that. Milk and mucus, everything. This enzyme is produced by animals and it plays an important role in prevention of bacterial infection. So the human lysozyme is expressed in mucous membrane of nasal cavity and tear ducts. Okay, so the answer is D, lysozyme. Now, 17th, what is true about interferons? First of all, you should know what are interferons. Okay, so interferons are a group of signaling proteins that play a key role in the immune system by helping to defend the body against viruses and other pathogens. So these proteins are produced and released by host cells in response to presence of pathogens. So the option is A. The answer option is A. Now they are released by cell against viruses. Okay, so that is interferons. Now, 8. Acquired immunity is children, are you all there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because I don't know if only I am the only one or Okay. So please tell me, can we continue or shall we continue in the next class? Because it's already 9. If it's okay, I'll go on. Otherwise, I'll stop here. Please tell me, children. Is it okay to continue? Okay, we shall go on. See, you have to answer individually. I mean, if Tatvadika, if it's okay to continue for you, you can say yes. If Puntamrasi is not okay or okay, whatever, the individual preference, you have to say individually. You don't have to look up at the other person to answer. Please don't do that. Okay, fine. Anyway, I'm going to continue and finish this now. All right. Now, which one we were doing? 18th question. Acquired. What is this? Acquired immunity is
Option C, ma'am.
pathogen specific and based on memory. Yes, correct. And then the next one. The rejection of organ transplanting in human is prevented by using,
Cyclosporin.
yes, cyclosporin. See, this cyclosporin actually what it does is it suppresses the immune system by preventing rejection of a transplanted organ. So it's basically the function of this is to suppress the immune system. Otherwise, it will start fighting, thinking that some alien particle is inside. Okay, now 20th one, treatment of snake bite by anti-venin is an example of,
Artificially acquired passive immunity.
yes, correct. Option B, very good, which is concerned with humoral immunity.
Antibody and B cells.
Yes, antibody and B cells is. See, now when we say humoral immunity, that is the aspect of immunity, it is mediated by macromolecules, including secreted antibodies, complement proteins, and certain antimicrobial peptides. So, located in extracellular fluids. See, this humoral immunity is named so because it involves substances found in the humor or body fluids. Another one is cell mediated immunity. So, in the cell mediated immunity, the type of immune response that does not involve antibodies rather relies on the activation of certain immune cells to defend against pathogens. Okay, so this immunity, that is the cell mediated immunity, is primarily orchestrated by T cells. So that is the difference between the two cell mediated and humoral mediate immunity. So the option will be D. Answer option will be D. All right. I mean, D says both A and C. That means antibody and B cells. Okay. Now the second, 22nd one, the antibody present in colostrum is,
IgA.
yes, option A, IgA. Now, which is not true about cell-mediated immunity.
Option A.
Yes, it is not mediated by lymphocyte, B lymphocytes. No. So option A is the correct answer. Now 24, vaccine is.
Life-saving drugs, ma'am.
No, no. Life saving drugs, it's not a drug. Vaccine is not a drug. It usually is an injection or some form of even they give drops to children, newborns. I mean, it's not always injection, but some drops also. Pollen for polio, they use drops. I mean, those are all not life-saving drugs. Actually, they are all killed the bacteria and viruses. The pathogens with immune pathogen, they are used as immunes. Okay. Now, next question with what is the question number 25? The best HLA or human leukocyte antigen transplant in order of preference is option C. See, first will be twin. The best suited will be your twin. Next will be sibling. I mean, if the two is not there, if you are a single child, then parent. If parent is not there, then unrelated donor. So unrelated donor comes last. So that is the order. So option C is the correct answer. Now 26. Drugs against allergy include
Antihistamines.
um, drugs against allergy include. I mean, it doesn't antihistamine, adrenaline, and steroids. All of them include because see, if for asthma, the asthma is also caused by some kind of allergy. Asthma steroids are given, isn't it?
All
So
of the above.
option D is the correct answer. All of the above. So 27. Select the mismatching one. AIDS viral test, asthma allergy, and then must cells IgE and HIV body fluid.
Option A, ma'am.
Option A. That is correct. See, mast cells are activated upon immunoglobulin E, that is IgE. HIV is transmitted through body fluids like blood, semen, pre-seminal fluid, vaginal fluid, breast milk, etc. And asthma occurs due to severe prolonged allergy. Viral test is actually done for typhoid and not for HIV. So that is the wrong answer there. So A is the correct option. Now 28. Soldiers of a country kill their own king. This statement is related to
Autoimmunity.
option B, correct. Example of in the case of autoimmunity, I mean, our own immune system attacks us. So that is a condition. Okay. Now 29 disorders is
Option
yes,
D, myasthenia gravis syndrome, rheumatoid arthritis.
yes. Both are myasthenia gravis is some muscular disorder, and then rheumatoid arthritis is another one related to joints. So both are autoimmune disorders. So option D is the correct answer. So 30, the dreadful RNA virus HIV attacks mainly.
Helper T cells.
Yes, option B. First, it spoils the helper T cells, and then the immune system is lost. I mean, nobody to fight against that. So the attack is complete. So that's how it spreads. All right. Now, 31. The correct sequence of life cycle of HIV is.
Ma'am, I think it is option B.
One second, ma. Let me see. Let me read everything and then. Yes, option C is the correct one. HIV, and then to macrophages, and then RNA to DNA, then viral DNA into host DNA, production of virus particles, and then T cells, and then progeny virus and T cells decreases. So that is the order, that is the life cycle. Yes, correct. Option C is the correct answer. Puntamarasi, are you there? I don't know. Maybe she's gone. She has muted and gone somewhere for the dinner or whatever. I don't know.
I'm there, ma'am.
You are there. Very good, ma. Very good. Okay. 32. Which of the following is not true about HIV?
Option C, ma'am.
Hmm. Yes, option C is the correct answer. It can change its genome to DNA. In presence of DNA polymerase is not correct. All right, next we go on to the cancer related questions. The spread of cancer cells from one part of the body to another part is called
Metastasis.
metastasis. I mean the growth of a cell out of the part where it is originates. So it can spread. So that is called the metastasis. And when it spreads completely, then we say it's in the fourth stage. The last stage. Okay. The proliferation of cancer cells is not limited because of
Differing surface proteins.
no. That's answer is option D. That is aberrant chromosomal complement. The chromosomal complement actually it changes, right? See, where is the question? See, the difference between the normal tissue and cancer tissue is the rate of metabolism. So the cancer tissue is pretty fast, is very quick in spreading and multiplying. So the normal cells, hundreds of genes intricately control the process of the cell division. The normal growth requires a balance between the activity of those genes that promote cell proliferation and those that suppress it. However, in the case of cancer cells, what happens is they involve abnormal growth. The cells become cancerous after mutation accumulate in the various genes that control cell proliferation. Hence, proliferation of cancer cell is not limited because of differing surface proteins and aberrant chromosomal complements. So it keeps on multiplying. That doesn't stop actually. That's what it means. Now, the study of cancer, option B, oncology. And 36, which is not property of cancer cells. Contact inhibition, option C. That is not the property of cancer. Cancer, does not spread through contact or anything. That is actually an internal process. It does not spread through any contact or anything. Nothing has got to do with that. All right, now 37, benign tumors. The option is A. They do not spread to other parts, cause only little damage. So that is the benign tumors. Now 38, for cancer detection, a thin piece of suspected tissue stained and examined under microscope. This is called option D, biopsy. Okay, 39. For destroying cancer tumor, the patients are given biological response modifiers such as alpha interferon. This kind of cancer treatment is called chemotherapy, is the radiation therapy. Radiotherapy, chemotherapy are all radiations. And biopsy is not at all a therapy, it's only a testing. And D is the correct answer, that is immunotherapy. Alright, so for 39, D is the correct option. Now, next we go to the next section, drugs, smoking, alcohol abuse. 40, any chemical that causes loss of sensation is
Sedative.
no, sedative and makes you sleep. Loss of sensation is anesthetic. I mean, there is a specialization in medicine, anesthesia. So anesthetic, I mean, it's a very, very important, any surgery, they need a doctor who is specialized in anesthetic. Okay. 41, bhang, ganja, charas, etc. come under
Cannabinoids.
hallucinogens and cannabinoids. That is option E, both B and C. Both have the similar,